Hello viewers, welcome to Lata's Art of Cooking. And today in my kitchen I've just cooked this. It's a Spanish sweet dish, much trending in the internet, and it's very simple. That's why I made this. And you know, in my channel I usually get those recipes which are simple, and so let anyone cook. I mean, even the new cooks would like to make something. That's my motto. So please do prepare this. It's very simple. It's so soft inside and crispy outside, and majorly it's delicious. It's a Spanish sweet dish known as Leche Frita, or the fried milk. And so please do prepare, and those who have not yet subscribed, please do subscribe and become part of my YouTube family. And those who are already my family, I thank them all for their comments and the thumbs up they gave me. So have a nice day. Bye bye. Let's go to the kitchen and see how this is made. So viewers, as I mentioned, let's make the Spanish dessert of leche frita. I guess I pronounce it correct, or the fried milk. That sounds easy for me. So for this I've taken two cups of milk. This is, I mean, no water added, just pure milk. 2 cups comes to half liter, and in this I've taken half a cup of corn flour. Half cup is my 125 grams, and equal amount of this, say, half a cup of sugar. So these are in equal quantity. So I have made some slight changes to the original recipe. Like, we need to add some lemon rind, or the exterior of the portion of that lemon, that yellow portion you have to take it out and put. And you have to be careful removing it, because you cannot, by mistake, you cannot put the white portion, or else your milk will get bitter. So I didn't want to add that. So instead I am not using that, but I'll be using the cinnamon stick. So before lighting the stove, we have to add all this into it. So this is also a simple recipe. It's been long time since I made a sweet. I think shakarpare was the last recipe I made. Post that, no sweet I've made. I mean, recipes I've not made a video, so I thought I'll make it for my YouTube family. You're also my family, so I should make something for you also. Give it a good mix. Completely dissolve it. No lumps. 2 minutes. I'll just stir this and then I'll come. Okay, I've lighted the stove and kept the milk on it. Continuously I have to stir it, and I'm just putting this one cinnamon stick. You have to continuously stir it, because you have added corn flour, and very fast this will get thickened. So you can keep your flame somewhere between medium and high, so it doesn't get burned also. And we'll give it a good stir. Okay, before you light all this, I missed to tell you, you have to keep a container ready, greased container, because suppose this, you have to pour it into that and freeze it. You can keep it in the fridge for 3 to 4 hours. So this is one step of it. So I will tell the ingredients step by step, because now I am not taking out the rest of the things until I get this frozen. So our milk has started to thicken. There is some more to go, and then we will. You have to be very quick with the hands, else it will get frozen immediately. And just level it. Allow it to come to a room temperature, and then we'll keep it in the, not fridge, freezer, fridge. Okay, and before that I've removed the cinnamon stick. We don't need it anymore. So let's wait for it to cool down, and then I'll freeze it, and then when I'm demolding it, I'll show the further video. Hello, also I'm back now, and this is our Leche Frita base. It's so well set. If you touch, you feel like touching the slime, the slime with which the kids are not playing. It's something like that. It's very soft. So now let's demold it. Take a plate. Wow. Can you see? It looks like a loaf of ice cream. Now I'll just give it a cut. You can cut in any shape of size of your desire. And just first cut into half. Sufficient. That's it. See, it's very soft but yet firm, so you can hold it. It's not that it will just fall apart. So that's it about this, the base. Now we have to prepare the slurry in which we are going to dip this. So the original recipe, they will be dipping it in the egg. I don't want an egg smell in it, so instead I'm going to do it with this. In this I've taken 2 tablespoon of maida or all-purpose flour and 1 tablespoon of corn flour. And into this goes, say, a pinch of salt. This will balance your sweetness. And I made some powdered sugar. I'll tell you the purpose for this. So from this I'm just taking 1 tablespoon of it, and I'm going to mix it along with this with the slurry which we are going to make. If you add this, it'll caramelize your sweet faster, else it takes longer time. That's what I noticed. So adding a bit of sugar will ease in your work, and also it will give a good taste. So I'll just give it and slowly I'll add water and make a semi-liquid slurry. Okay, I've mixed it and made something like this. I don't know if this quantity is going to be sufficient for the whole of that. If at all, if it's not sufficient, I'll mix more. But for time being, I'll just use this. The measurement what I've told for the base for the Spanish dessert is perfect. You can go ahead with it. This I'll tell you once I complete with this. Okay. Okay, now I'll set this aside. Okay, and there's one more thing I have, and this is about 2 tablespoons of the remaining powdered sugar and say half a teaspoon of cinnamon powder. I couldn't find the cinnamon powder in the store, so I myself made a powder out of the 2-3 sticks I put into the small mixer jar and made a powder, and then I sieved it or filtered it out. So this is how I got it. So if at all you don't have a cinnamon powder, you can do like this. Anyway, the requirement is not much, so I thought why buy 100 grams of cinnamon powder and waste it. So that's how I'm using it. And these two we will be using for glazing our the dessert after frying it. Okay. Now, okay, there's one more thing you will need, and that is some breadcrumbs. One second. This is a homemade breadcrumbs. I don't have a link for it. Once this get over, I'll make a link and then I'll upload it. It's just that you can, if you have bread in your house and you don't have a breadcrumbs, just dry roast it in oven or in a tawa, and once it cools down, whip it in your mixer jar. That's all. That's how you make it. Okay. So that's it about all that. I'm done with the ingredients. Now we'll start with the process of dipping all this. So everything is ready. Now one by one I'll take and put into this slurry what we have made. Dip it nicely. I seriously doubt if this will be sufficient. And just take it out and put it into the breadcrumbs. Putting it into the breadcrumbs, it will make your dessert very crispy. You can also dip it in just a plain maida or the all-purpose flour, but that won't make it crispy. That's why I suggest you dip it in this. And then set it in another tray. I'll finish all this and then I'll show remaining. So the slurry what you mixed and was actually sufficient. I mean, I could coat a whole of it. So that measurement is the right measurement. That is 2 tablespoons of maida or the all-purpose flour and 1 tablespoon of corn flour and 1 tablespoon of powdered sugar also I added. So that was the correct measurement. And as you go on dipping it, this slurry it is getting thickened. So what you have to do, just add a tablespoon of water and then mix it again, and then you can do it again. Start dipping it. That's what I noticed. So this is fine. This is a good. I mean, that quantity is sufficient. And this is the last piece I'm going to dip. So all are ready. So you have this many. All are ready. Now I'll keep it in the fridge for about half an hour before frying it. This has to set properly. So for that it has to get firmer also. So we'll keep it in the minimum for half an hour. We'll keep it in the fridge. So it's all well set now. It no longer sticks to my hand also. So it's now time to fry them. The oil should be very high. I mean, it should be heated in high flame. And after dropping them, you can just reduce it to medium flame. So I'll just start dropping it. You can just take a spoon and just start pouring on this also. So it will help in cooking it faster. I mean, frying it faster. I've turned it around. There's no cooking required, you know. We have already cooked it. We are only just trying to roast this, make it crispy. So I'll finish all this and then show you. And finally I'll plate it. That's my favorite segment. So this is sufficient. I'm taking it onto my paper towel. Now I'll finish the remaining also. Wasn't it simple, guys? So while our second batch is getting fried, I've just mixed some 1 tablespoon of sugar powder and some, say, 1/4 teaspoon of the cardamom powder. This will be sprinkling on the this fried milk, and this will give a glaze to it. Okay? So let's wait for this also to be fried. So I'm done with this. Few I'm going to keep store it in the fridge, and just to see the shelf life. I don't know how long it will stay. So just to see the shelf life, I'll be storing it. Like for usually when I make the cutlets and all, it stays for maximum I've stored for 1 month, and it never lasted beyond that. So I'll just store this also and see how long it lasts, and it tastes exactly the same. Now only just giving a glaze to your. It's a street food, Spanish street food, I guess. Anyway, much easier than making a gulab jamun, right? Just a mixture of the sugar powder and the cinnamon powder which we had mixed. It's all ready now. You can just see it's so soft inside and so crispy outside. Please do give it a try.